Attention. 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 This is the Townnet A of the day. If you're around and would like to check in, please come in with your call sign phonetically. Reminder to all that the net is being recorded for training purposes. You may begin.
Tenet number 4, sorry, Tenet number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf.
Tenet number 2, Kilo Alpha India.
Okay, we have two. Anyone else? Check in, check in, check in. Post online, let people know, check in. Check in, check in, check in, check in. Anyone want to check in? Check in, anyone? Check in, anyone?
Ticket number 4, Hotel Alpha Alpha.
Okay, it is now 1 p.m. sharp. This is the official call out for the Townnet A. Please come in with your call sign if you have not yet. Okay, let's begin. Welcome back to the Townnet on a Monday. Are you ready to be packed with stuff in your head? So let's do a warm-up round. So yeah, today it's a very busy day for me. I have been non-stop working since I wake up. On the ACM room, there are new butterfly sword lessons. There's a new blog post and also teachings for the 4V5H. And this is actually a new one, not the old one. It's from the AC. And those of you in the AC group, you can use it right away with the Parspell B. And make sure you go take a look and learn it. There's a lot of stuff about the Ghost Month posted yesterday. So don't forget to read over them. And the Fu, yeah, the Ghost Month Fu, right? Get going on that and make your clones and so on. So many goodies. Yeah, over the weekend, there was a little episode with Wing with her health issue. And I was kind of teaching her a live lesson along the way because she was so wanted to eat watermelon. So I was like, okay, well, eat a little bit then. And today she got her lesson. So let's pass the mic around. We're doing a warm-up round. You can say anything you want to say. And let's go to your number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf.
Tenet number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf. Good day to Sergeant Gichan. Good day to my seniors and my juniors. And yes, Sergeant, I was able to see the video on the butterfly swords. It looked really cool. I'm definitely want to try it. I mean, I don't have the butterfly sauce just yet, but I could just use my hand, so I'll definitely go through that. And I also saw the blog post on the 4v5H. I was going through it as well. And I saw that there are different spells associated with the 4v5H. Um, some of these spells that I'm not, well, these spells I'm not familiar with. Like, it have one that's a big spell, and it have well, I'm looking at the blog post right now. I'm not seeing the actual names, but I'm seeing the numbers next to them. So, like, after you describe what it could be used for and stuff like that, for the people who is in the AC room and the ones who are not disciples and who don't have access to the AC room, you kind of give a great description of how they could also utilize it. But the spells that I'm not familiar with, these one, two, three, about five spells I'm seeing so far, and I haven't gotten. Well, I saw at the end of the blog post you have like a video. I haven't gotten to there just yet, but I'm really eager to find out about these spells and how they could be utilized. I know the 4v5H is a ceiling. The first time I remember it was when we were doing chanting. No, not chanting. You were teaching us yeah, I believe it was a chanting class where we was, well, not class, but we were doing a chanting net, and we were going through all, and I was having trouble pronouncing it. I don't know, trying to get my pronunciations better. And yeah, the 4v5H is something well, I usually flash it, but would we need to memorize all these spells here to flash it, or could we just flash it for whatever intended purpose we need? Just like how when we're doing the soul borrowing, we usually say the spell. Um, yeah, this is Tenny at number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf.
Okay, for the 4v5H, is not the same as the one you have learned before. Okay, remind you that this series is from the AC Power. So you use Horspell B, okay, Horspell B to use these magic. And you don't need to learn all the spells. You just need the most basic one, the big spell. It's very simple. It kind of sounds like the Horspell B too, kind of, right? 天涯诸劍三羅注下四架河荒擺下沉衝前邊火劫有令 just like that. And if you watch the video, you see how it's done, like every 2 word, 1 line. Basically that plus your intention. Which one of the below are you trying to call up? And you add the different endings. For example, if it's a seal, you want to add fong. Right? If you are doing trapping the ye crab and busting it, you add pull, right? So different endings like that. I taught that in the video as well. You can see how it's done. So basically, just need one spell memorized, and it's not hard at all. Very alike with Horspell B. And then you can use all the other big spell. I mean, the other longer spell. Okay, the longer spells are there because they were there originally as separate magic, and then the big spell was like a shortcut to access all the other ones. So symbol stays the same, different spell. Okay, moving on to your number 2, Kilo Alpha India.
Senior number 2, Kilo Alpha India. I would like to greet everybody in that and Satsuan Kichang. I saw a message this I think it was the afternoon. I'm not sure, but I read the message on the net that was talking about sealing yourself and protecting, learning some basic spells and stuff. It's something that I've been so eager to learn from the onset. I do have the daily routines that I'm doing every day, especially daily ride that contain Jing spells and I know how to do cleanse and other stuff, but most of the stuff that are listed there. I'm not familiar with. Those are the things that I think I need to learn as as uh, as soon as possible, because I'm not up to date with as I check. Most of them I don't recognize. So yeah, I need to find a way to learn them as soon as possible. Unit number 2, Kilo Alpha India. Back to you.
Okay. Well, it's never too late. You have the drive to learn, then you can learn. It's not so hard. Okay. Make sure you also pay attention to the Ghost Month post. Read over those, and there's the Ghost Month Fu and everything. So yeah, I'm thinking maybe later when Cheng you have your Ghost Month Fu done, the clones. Maybe you want to ship a few to Kai as well. And I want to mention that the Fu for the public, if they purchase a Fu and they want to have it cloned for them, I will set a an expiry date so they work like 49 days or about upon the fly Fu. So I tell them, okay, your Fu is ready. Then about 49 days from there. So that's the contract. But for ourselves, because you wrote the Fu and you check the Fu, right? So you set the rules. So if Cheng want to give a set to Kai and you want to it just work until you run out of resources or whatever, well, you can also do that. Usually Fu should be usually, okay, the Fu should be lasting about 1 year, and then at the end of the year, everything should reset. That will be a good, healthy practice, because if you make a Fu and it worked for 3-5 years, right? Your God is going to get very exhausted because it doesn't get a chance to return home. So you want to have the God work until the end of the year and send it back home, which is to your altar or to the court and such. So that way they can be invoked again later. Tina number 4, Hotel Alpha Alpha.
Team number 4, Hotel Alpha Alpha. Good afternoon, Shajan. Everyone on the net. And I did read through. There was so much to go through. I did read about the Ghost Month and the Fu and the swords, and I even got to the point where I was reading about I think this was a new post about whether what happens after death and the real truth about the ghosts, and that normal people they fall through these dimensions after death, and then they fall into this sparkling ocean of water or something else to get ultimately destroyed. But really, the ghost isn't always, what's considered a ghost. If you can't get through some stuff, you're going to end up in this kind of weird state where you're just wandering around and taking it, looting people or looting people's chi, and it seems like a very hard and suffering type of life. But I liked that for the 4V5H, there's so many options that you can, I don't necessarily need them for going out so much because most of my work is inside. But whenever I do feel like I'm being attacked or I'm sensing changes, there's a specific way to go about utilizing that to deal with it. So that is very, very good. I'm going to probably read that again, in addition to doing the catting with the butterfly swords, and that is something I have to go through again. I'm not the most physically, what do you call? My body doesn't like doing that kind of stuff. But I think there's a long-standing inside joke with Sajan and I with the fruit, because I was like Wing Shamya. I was constantly eating fruit, and Shajan would say, "Don't eat that fruit like that. Stop eating that fruit. Stop." And I'm like, "But I want it so." And then he'd say, "Go ahead, okay, eat." And you eat it, and and then this thing would kick in, and I would suffer, and then I'd be crying. He's like, "What? So, what did you learn?" Fruit. ticket number 4, Hotel Alpha Alpha.
The fruit. Yeah. Somehow that is a hurdle for many people. Anyone want to check in? Please come now. Anyone want to check in? Please come now.
Kenya number 2, Delta November Golf.
Okay, Ding is here. You sound pretty okay with your voice, so it's nice to hear you. Anyone else want to check in beside Ding? One more call. Okay, well, since Ding is in, I'll pass the mic to him first, and then I'll reply longer later. Tina number 2, Delta November Golf. Welcome in.
Kenya number 2, Delta November Golf, Chiajang Gijang, and greeting everyone on the net. Yeah, it's it's kind of like all my face and on the right side, it's all like from the tongue and the nose, the ear, it's all like numbing, like it's hard to move, you know, and it's like stiff, you know. So cannot eat yet. Yeah, the worst part is just to open your mouth that long, and it's like hurting the jaw. Like the first time is the worst one is 3.5 years. I mean 3.5 hours. Yes, and yeah, I feel like that, so it's really hurting. And yeah, today is like about maybe 2.5, I think. Yeah. Probably next time is less, hopefully. So yeah, I just want to get this thing done, you know. It's so don't have any more pain. So, but yeah. Today is also the doctor told me that you're being aware, you need to take all the pain relief the one I give it to you, because I clean all your tooth today also, and it's all gonna be sore for a couple of days. So yeah, but it's I'm still wanna go to the net and still wanna listen to what's what is I think it's about the ghost, the ghost man. So yeah, excited to wanna hear about that. So back to you, Net Controller. Kenya number 2, Delta November Golf.
Okay. Wow. For you, I have some tips. Okay, so we were talking about the celestial medic, right? And because you have issue with the teeth and all that, so there's some tips for you. First of all, we have to understand that when we talk in the lineage, we call our medical system CM. Okay, CM stands for Celestial Medic. Okay, now it can be when we promote to the outside, we can be calling it TCM, as in Taoist Celestial Medic, right? So it's kind of like a clickbait, okay? But you know, it's actually called CM, Celestial Medic. The normal Chinese doctor type is called TCM, as they reference it to traditional Chinese medicine. Okay. However, I have to emphasize that it is not the name in Chinese. Like you say, traditional Chinese medicine is not like in Chinese, the word 中医, it's middle class medicine. It's not about Chinese. The Zhong is not related to Zhongguo, like China. No, it's not. Okay. So many people in the modern days, they don't understand and they get mixed up and they think, oh, it's called 中医. So Zhong is like Zhongguo, China, China medicine. No, 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 no. It's not. Okay. It is a thing that is clearly defined in the classics. Okay. On the opening chapters. Okay. So we have upper, middle, and lower class medicine. Western is lower class. Now, mind you, that is not about better, more prestigious, or like, higher level. No, it's not. It's just different. It's like A, B, C, D. They're different. They're not like better or worse. Okay. So the class is like this. Low class medicine, lower class, is like you treat the actual problem when it already kaboom, everything busted, right? Oh my goodness, you're like, oh, damage already. It's time to like fix the damage. So everything is physically having issues. Like Western medicine, the doctors, they say your lungs have problem, your kidney have problem, is actually the actual thing that have problem, and you need to fix it, right? Or else, like there's no other way. So that's Western medicine falls into this class, and is especially good for treating emergency that is like very bad, like a gunshot, broken leg, these kind of things that already physically damage, and you can't just tell them, oh, I'll fix your chi, that doesn't work, right? So you need the Western way, the external, the physical way. Now the Chinese one, like the normal Chinese doctor, right? They are called Zhongyi. They're the middle class medicine. And these type will usually uses like herb, food, diet, and things like that to work around the balancing of your system. So if your system is like too heated up, they cool it down. If your system is too cool, they heat it up, kind of like that. And yeah, that's basically like adjusting and fine tuning the way how your system work. Now that's good, but it's like very slow in a way for many people. And it's not the class of medicine that have problem. It's because people go to the doctor too late. Okay, so middle class is not for you to like, oh, I'm sick, I go see a doctor. No, it's not. It's supposed to be like, you learn this stuff, you practice it, put it into your life, you're not going to get sick. That's basically what it is. So this like middle class is supposed to be something that, you should learn, apply it to your daily life, and then you don't get sick much. Like that's basically what it is. It's upkeep you, right? Now, our CM, which is Celestial Medic, is the upper class, and it deals with the pre-heaven matters, and also we also talk about the stuff in the middle class as well. So we deal with both middle and upper, and you learn about like the Yun San and things like that, which the Chinese doctor is missing that puzzle. So that's why they don't understand a lot of things, because they're missing that part. But now here, right, we understand a bigger picture, a deeper level, and it can fix problems that others cannot, such as like E-crab problems or issue with the Yun San and things like that. And you see, it's much faster reacting than the Chinese medicine, because the Chinese medicine, they are missing the part at the back. So everything is kind of slow when they try to do it. The whole thing is kind of slow. But our method is like, I tell you that you will screw up, and tomorrow, you feel everything. It's like so yeah, that's how it is. Now, what is the tips for Ding? Okay, Ding, you can look for food that is like salty, sweet. So one of the thing I have in mind is, later you can eat those soy sauce and soy sauce chicken, like the soy sauce chicken wings or chicken leg, you can eat those and separate it from the bone, and you can eat it. So that's a dish. It's supposed to be cooked with the sugar, right? The sugar blocks and with the soy sauce. So you can try that one. That is going to be good for your healing, for the bones and the teeth and all that. So yeah, that's something. I'll explain why later. My timer is up already. So anyone want to check in? One more call. Okay, Tina number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf.
Tenet number two, Charlie Hotel Golf. Well, Sajwan, you actually answered my question because I was really wondering about when you said the different class or classes that were that has a particular that is on a particular totem pole. So the lower class would be Western medicine, and usually in a Western frame of mind, if you hear class, is like one is better than the other because we usually have that meaning for that particular word. Yeah, like this class of thing is grade A, blah blah blah, stuff like that. But essentially, is what you're seeing is the form and function of the different classes. So, the lower class would be Western medicine, where it's good for like stuff that has already happened, and the TCM in China that will be for the middle class, where it is more of a maintenance regiment. But like you said, they're missing some pieces to the puzzle, so they don't know about the instant. So they kind of still in the dark, like the lower class, which should be Western medicine, and the celestial medic, which should be ours. We deal with the middle and the upper. So is there any part of the celestial medic where also has a section that is more advanced but still deals with the lower class? Back to you, Tiny at number two, Charlie Hotel Golf.
Okay. First of all, the Chinese medicine, like Chinese medicine, actually have all three classes. That's why it was in the classics. Okay, that's how they listed it. So there are doctors that actually do surgeries and help you like with broken wounds. Like people go to war, right? So you get chopped by a knife or poked by a spear or whatever, broke a leg. There are doctors that are specialized in those. So that's a lower class medic. Okay. So there are people dealing with that. Now, very long time ago, there are upper class medic as well. And they are the religious ones, like those that practice the magic. And the funny thing is, the word for medicine comes from the word for magic or shamanism or something like that. It does come from that word. So it all started with magic, right? So initially, those like shaman in the tribes, they are the doctors as well. Those are the upper class. They deal with problems that is not visible. And then you have the middle class, which is like, okay, they deal with your everyday life, flu, cough, feeling kind of tired, that kind of problem, right? They deal with those things. So Chinese medicine have all these, okay? So you don't need Western medicine to have the lower class. Now, for us here, if you want to say the medical theory and system and knowledge that I have from this source, from Samlo, right? Like I have TCM knowledge in myself, okay? Like I know that before Samlo. But excluding everything, just the Samlo knowledge, okay? So far, we have been learning the Celestial Medic, and myself, I know the TCM, so they utilize that and like use the Celestial Medic to explain more on the TCM. So it makes the whole thing complete for me. But I don't have much knowledge on the lower class. So if you ask me, I don't have that for you. Like I'm not good at that. Okay. I don't even know the whole body anatomy, things like that. So don't ask me about it. I don't know. I'm not good at that. If you like, cut yourself or have a gunshot, right? I'll tell you to go to the hospital. So I only know what I learned from the Samlo source, which is the thing that I'm using right now and what you're learning right now. But they're like at this point, there's no lower medicine yet. So I would say yet, because I don't know later, right? Who knows? Like after 3 years, maybe I started like, hey, Chang, come over, let me cut you up. Let me open you. So I don't know, but now I don't have. Tina number 2, Kilo Alpha India.
Unit number 2, Kilo Alpha India. I was listening to some of the net today where you explained how the doctors explaining like exactly how it originated, how did they manage to like put all the medicine and types of medicine into a one book where you will find like several types of treatments that coming from different areas of China. Like you explained, you said that China is too big, and the people are developing the treatment based on what is available in their own region. So making it like you will find that the same medicine, like different type of medicine, will cure the same thing. But it depends on. But in other words, from what I've learned, it depends on what type of resources were available in that region. In that region, like yeah, I just want to find out about. There was the one that was mainly like maybe the animal poops and all those kind of things. Like it's very common in my culture. Such there are such certain people who do that kind of things. I did notice, in fact, yeah, in my culture that people are also using they will even use the urine of certain animal for the pregnant people. It's very common. So I'm wondering if this is something that you can at least try to elaborate on that. Unit number 2, Kilo Alpha India, back to you.
Okay. Yeah, the medicine, the herb in China. Well, there's so many names. I always wonder how they remember all the names and then what they're used for. Right? There's so many things. So it seems like very complicated at the first place. But with the Samno knowledge, you know that it's not that hard because you're not memorizing the names. You're kind of like starting off with things that we have around us, and we usually use those things because they're always around. Like, oh, you always have ginger, you always have garlic, right? Like you always have those things at home, then use those things, right? Like, yeah, whatever's around, it works. um Talking about that, there's one very simple rule that you can think about, is the flavor. Okay, so we talk about the 5 flavors relating to the 5 elements. And if you remember the flavor, okay, so when you eat, the flavor will talk to, like, it's kind of like you connect to the corresponding 5 organs, one of them, and then you're kind of like, the more flavor you eat, like the more salty you eat, right? It's like you're boosting that department. So you boost it, like turn up the power, boost it, do more things. So, okay, now you know, then you can think of it this way. Gold element, okay, is spicy, um, herbal, spicy, like that kind of vibe. Water is salty, wood is sour, fire is bitter, and earth is sweet. Okay, so I said to Ding to eat some of the soy sauce, sweet soy sauce chicken, and that is because it's the salty and sweet. Salty, you're boosting the kidney, and sweet, you're boosting the spleen. So why do I want to boost that too? Well, look, the five organs, they have relationship with your actual physical growth. The spleen in general will give birth to things on the physical flesh and physical body parts. So you want to grow the body, you need to tell the spleen to do work. And for the bones, which is like your teeth, is related to the kidney. So if your kidney and the spleen is boosted at the same time, you're telling your system to regrow and regenerate and heal that stuff. So your bones, your teeth, right, they get better, more power behind, like that. There's also, oh shit, OT. Okay, senior number 4, Hotel Alpha Alpha. Senior number 4, Hotel Alpha Alpha. Uh-oh. It's gone. One more call. Tier number 4, Hotel Alpha Alpha. Not sure where she went. Tier number 2, Delta November Golf.
Tier number 2, Delta November Golf. Yes, Jaja. Tell my wife to cook the soy sauce chicken with put a little bit put the sweet also. Maybe like brown sugar, maybe a little bit. And it's kind of like interested. This flavor can boost it all the organ and can do healing of the what our body need. This is I think it's the one we need to learn, because it's all like all these flavors connected, right? And I might gonna have to read again on the paper or the PDF, the one you sent about the Tao medic for that. Back to unit control, unit number 2, Delta November Golf.
Okay. Yeah, the 5 flavor. They excite the organ, but it's not the physical organ. Okay, remember that when we talk about the organ in CM, it's not the physical organ, it's the chi, the department, right? So, like for example, we talk about the lung, the gold element, the lung is like that is talking about the department of when the essence just enter your ghost altar and is converting that essence into chi, right? So that's like building up the negative chi. So when you eat spicy like ginger and that kind of stuff, right, you're exciting that part. So you're boosting that part. So in a way you can say, oh, if I am like I feel my mental clarity is going down, right? Then I can boost this part. I can eat some ginger candy or something, and it will help to boost your negative soul, because that's the lung, right? That is the lung. That what it is. So Yeah. Now the second thing is have to emphasize, if I say your lung have issue based on the CM perspective, it doesn't mean the physical lung is having issue. So you go to a hospital and you do a scan of the lung. Oh, your lung is fine. Yeah, you won't see it. Okay. But if you don't fix that problem that I said, later the actual lung will have issue. So you go to scan and then, oh my God, my lung, there's like something growing inside. Yeah. Okay. Because you didn't fix the issue at the back. So the actual physical organ will show up with problems. So if you have like what we call a heart issue, you're not going to be able to detect that yet in the physical heart. But eventually, if you don't fix it, it will go to the physical heart and you will have issue that can be detected by the Western doctor. So if the doctor, like the hospital, say you have a heart problem, like that is like you're already at the end point. Like for us, it's already like, oh, too bad, it's kaboom already. So by then, it's kind of late, right? You already saw the house. The house is like broken down into pieces already. It's too late, right? So yeah, let's try again. Tingya number 4, Hotel Alpha Alpha. Okay then. Tingya number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf.
Senior at number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf. So yes, Adrian, I do remember you emphasizing on when you say or when you comment on one of the particular celestial organs, and I'm saying celestial organs because you're not actually talking about our actual organs, is the different departments that are in that chain of processing, because each section, like you said, process the chi or the essence in a particular manner to emphasize on different parts of our actual physical body. So is it like the way how you said it just now, like, well, yeah, if it reached that part, hard luck. I mean, the shit don't hit the fan. Like, is it that hopeless? Is there any way to salvage or save or anything you can do? I mean, and I think that is what Western medicine or the doctors in any medical institution prey on. Like, they look for people who feel like they're hopeless, and they just prey on that. Like I knew a guy who had to go and do surgery to remove his stomach and put a bag because he had some form of cancer, and he was trying to find some type of alternative medicine. And I told him, yeah, bro, like, you really don't want to go and do that, like living a life with a bag attached to you. It's like, what the hell? Like, that's horrible. But he was in a lot of pain and going through a lot of stuff, and he felt like he didn't have any other options because, once again, Western medicine had failed him, and now they're giving him this solution where he doesn't even know any better. So Western medicine has definitely cornered the market on preying on the vulnerable and misinformed. Because majority of people don't even know they need to do some form of maintenance. They think just going to the gym is good enough, or trying to eat as well as they can. And yeah, back to you, Tiny at number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf.
Well, let's say if someone has a like Western medicine, they say, oh, your heart is having issue. We need to do a surgery on the heart and so on, right? If the heart is having issue in D8 already, okay, we are not going to like use the celestial medic and then like, oh, let us like, boost the heart. It's stupid. Like your heart is broken. We're not going to deal with the heart. We're going to deal with the previous department, right? The heart is broken. Like that's the end result. So it's useless to go back to the heart. We go up one step, which is what? Which is the liver, right? So liver give birth to the heart. Like the wood give birth to fire, right? So you want the heart to regenerate more chi, that you need to add stuff to the liver, right? And also what's behind the liver, right, is the kidney. So you have to support this and stabilize the kidney qi, and then you boost the liver. And so the liver is going to create more blood, which is not the physical blood as well. And it's going to fuel the heart god. And when the heart god is well, then it will like kind of like your physical problem will slowly dissolve. And that's how we will deal with it. So you don't need to be on medication all your life. Like there is actually some hope if you want to try another way, which is fixing from the behind, fixing from the back end. And also before talking about what to eat, what to do, right? Like look at their everyday life habit and what they eat and how they sleep and all that. Fix all the problem first. Yeah, like majority of the time, people are doing so many things to harm themselves and not realizing it. Because the fact is, if you have been accumulating blood toxin, like what we say, I try to be good to this person come back be an asshole to me, right? So I feel bad. So yeah, your God went out, come back as blood, and it become toxic blood. Okay. Now eventually over the years, the toxin add up, and then the toxin will toxicate your heart god, and then you will start to love certain things that is bad for you. Yeah, like Wing, she loved vinegar. She loved fruits. Like some people suddenly just love vegan, right? Like the way you eat is why you fail. So a lot of these people, their problem is like you're not in need of healing. You're in need of like stopping what you're doing that is harmful for yourself, and then like learn how to not screw yourself up, and immediately you see you're not getting worse. So that's the thing. Tina number 2, Kilo Alpha India.
Team at number 2, Kilo Alpha India. The interesting part that I've learned when you're saying this thing, when you say that I was listening that you like if the problem is actually like the heart maybe was like an anti-8 was already damaged, that and then you fix the liver. Is that what that method, can it work with every department, like if you try to heal a certain departments in the body, can it work with every department? Like how will you know the sequence, or is there any way like you can provide the information on how the sequence work, like even with other body organs that are not in the lesson? Unit number 2, Kilo Alpha India, back to you.
Well, you're missing of puzzle pieces. So I would say listen to more lesson, and you'll get it, because like it's all related to the 5 element, right? So and also the person having issue, you can look at their symptoms and see what the problem is. And it's always like, someone say they have problem, you always have to ask some questions like, hey, what do you eat? How's your sleep? Things that happened before, and then you can pretty much tell what's the problem. This morning, there was this story with Wing. So she always cried about, I want to eat watermelon. So I decided to teach her a lesson. So based on her situation, she should not eat any raw or fruits or cold food. Watermelon is a very cold fruit, not as in just temperature cold, but the chi is cold, because the watermelon, it grew like on the ground and it absorbed a lot of what we call the negative chi, right? So you have all the yum hei, right? The negative chi, it's gonna be cold for you. So if you eat that thing, it's gonna be having a cooling effect on you. That's why in the summer people get very hot and they like watermelon. But the problem is, you see, our heart, okay, our heart is the fire department, right? Fire element. It burns. Anything that we do, we need the heart god to do it, and the heart has to burn. So there's heat internally, right? So if you have heat, the spleen, which is the next department of the heart, right? The heat makes the spleen move. Okay? So if the spleen is getting enough heat, it is working as it should. If your heart god is too hot, working too hard, boosted too much, then your spleen is going to have too much fire. Then it's going to exhaust the spleen, and the spleen exhausted equals the stomach exhausted. So for Wing's issue, she just had a big detoxing and all that. So her spleen and the heart is actually very weak. The fire is very low. The spleen is very cold at that moment. So that's why I say you cannot eat more cold stuff or raw stuff. You can't take it. So she don't know, right? So she ate the watermelon. The yum hei, the negative chi went in. So it went into the stomach and blend in with the spleen's chi. The spleen originally already is not hot. And then now you like give too much. The negative chi, it pushed the chi back inside. So the spleen is like suddenly the engine is put to a stop. And so the chi is stuck inside, creating a sat. So she woke up this morning. She ate watermelon at night. She woke up this morning. She drive and then started to develop a stomach pain. She said, oh, there's pain in the stomach. When I heard that, immediately I know, because that's the chi that is stuck there. So to solve that problem, right, you have to warm up the spleen. So the way to do it, well, I would say you can drink some hot tea. If you have ginger, or like if you have like some sweet stuff like orange, right? You can like steam the orange and get it to be hot. And then you eat that, it will cure the problem. She did the tea and orange later, right? But after the tea, she said the pain is gone. So yeah, immediately it shows up. So you see, that is what TCM is supposed to do, which is balancing the system, right? Because why balance? Because if your system is not hot enough, then it cannot run. And then the chi is stuck. So there you go. Tier number 4, Hotel Alpha Alpha.
Ticket number 4, Hotel Alpha Alpha. I have always kind of learned that the spleen, where it physically is located, and not drinking, and this is something that I think a lot of people don't realize how many cold liquids they may drink. And maybe if you're kind of like me, I kind of like cold drinks and iced drinks and things that are, chilled, very cold, and that is terrible for your spleen. So I'm always like, okay, is this too cold? Is it too hot? Sometimes drinking too many things that are too hot can be a little bit of a problem. But I know for drinking cold things, that's always been something that I've had to keep an eye on. Because it affects, at least for me, it affects not just the spleen, but the kidney. I know that we're not talking about the physical kidney, but it can have an effect on the rest of the body and the motility too. If you notice that if you drink a lot of cold stuff, you get real sluggish and things slow down and you don't want to move as much. But there's such a strong market for like these iced coffees and slushies and smoothies, of course, with the fruit, right? So, big market for that. And so, with people's diet being based on these really cold and chilled beverages, it's really screwing up your system, even if you, especially if you don't follow it up with something hot or warm like that. So, team at number 4, Hotel Alpha Alpha.
Okay, well, here's the thing. Cold or ice drink, they're very, very cold in temperature. Um, but there are places for it. If the food you're eating has like what we call a mold fire, right? For example, you're eating barbecue. You know, everyone is at the fire, BBQing. You're standing beside the campfire all the time, grilling. You know, like that kind of fire. And then you can even see the meat is like all blackened, like all the charcoal stain, right? That's a lot of fire. So that's the heat. So if you don't drink anything cold to cool the system, eventually, yeah, it's good, you know, like yeah, you feel you're getting so hype and energetic, but eventually you run into a hot-headed issue, right? Because your heart is having too much. So eating like let's say charcoal grill stick or something, right? It's very fiery. And the thing is, if you eat that all the time, then your it's getting too much fire, too hot, and what happened is you feel exhausted because you always want to do this, do that, and you're always running around. You get hot-headed, you get mad, and you have so much fire you want to vent it on your wife, your husband, your kids, and you become so angry, you know, like that. So, and so yeah, if you're like eating, let's say, fried chicken, whatever that kind of stuff, right? You know, is full of fire chi, and you want to balance it out a bit before you consume. Yeah, like you're eating fries or the dry fiery, right? Then you can add some cold drinks, which will help to balance it out. So it's always about that, so you don't get hurt so much. But there's a but. Last night, Wing was eating that watermelon. I told her to drink some tea as well. If she don't drink the tea, today is going to be very bad. But the tea is actually not enough for that. So yeah, if she was like eating the whole meal, is like you know what I just said. You know the BBQ style stuff, more fiery than plus the watermelon, then it will not be so bad, right? So it really depends on the combination, and not just like you don't just look at one thing. You look at the whole meal. Like, what did you eat last night? Oh, watermelon, just that, right? No, but I eat like grilled steak. Okay, that's not so bad. But if you eat like watermelon and then you're eating like a cold noodle, oh shit, you know, it's always about the whole thing. You cannot just say one food. There's nothing like, oh, this one food is very healthy. One food is very damaging. You cannot say that. It's always about how you put things in a combination. Tier number 2, Delta November Golf.
Yeah, number 2, Delta November Golf. So yeah, actually, it's everything have to be. We need to. I think we need to like when we are want to eat, we need to what we feel like inside. Right? We should know. Oh, are we are cold? Are we are hot? You know, within us. I think then we can choose what we need to eat, and then balancing it. If we eat too much like hot stuff, like we need to have something like at the end, like a cold, maybe like if we are, for example, like it was Sunday, we want a grilling, right? A lot of barbecuing. All the food is barbecuing. So, well, I think it's a cold drink. It should be good. Iced tea, drink like that, and maybe have some like ice cream, something like that to closing. So it's kind of like make it uh balance in the way like that. Yeah, I kind of need to change my mindset. It's all about the chi. not the physical organ. So this is stuck in my mind. So everything's about the chi and the property, and then how we are dealing with it. So yeah, I'm gonna pay attention of this every day, so I can learn myself like day by day. It's like a programming ourselves in a way, you know. Yeah, back to you, in control unit number 2, Delta November call.
Okay, one very simple rule is that the hot and cold, right? The hotter it gets, the more it manifests. So you're boosting. Cold is like the fire tone down, so you're slowing down that system. Now you talk about iced tea and the sundae, right? Okay, sundae, like ice cream as well, or Coke, they're sweet. So sweet enters the spleen. So if you drink cold ice cream, cold Coca-Cola, right? They are slowing down your spleen. Okay. If you drink iced tea is sour. So you're slowing down that liver as well. So when would I want to slow down my liver is like, okay, my heart is like too boosted because the liver is doing too much blood. Right? So I want to slow down the liver so my heart is not feeling so overwhelmed. And the heart, remember the heart god, right? That's like the one that makes you want to, right? So if you feel like your heart is always like having the feeling of I want this, I want that, easily get excited, easily emotional, that means your heart fire is too much. Okay. Now, if you feel life is like, so overwhelming, I don't know, so many things to do, I feel like I will never get things finished, right? That is your heart telling you, I have too much blood. Okay. So when the heart, like imagine the blood is like the ticket, the heart is the kitchen. So if you are the liver, like you're creating the blood, right? So many ticket. The kitchen is going to feel crazy, right? The kitchen is like, oh no, there's like 5,000 dishes to cook. We cannot do that. So many things. Now your feeling is like that. So if you feel, suddenly like, oh, life is so overwhelming, I can never catch up, that means your heart's getting too much blood. It is then a good time to drink a little bit of like cold lemonade or something to slow down the blood. Okay, let's see who is the lucky guy to have the mic. Tina number 2, Charlie Hotel.
Tenured number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf. What's that one? Just to understand and recap, you said that once you feel like you're overactive, whether those emotions are coming at you hard, whether anger, you're feeling like you're overwhelmed, whatever emotions that you feel are making you feel like it's too much, like it's building up pressure, you need to slow down. So that's cool. If you feel like you're moving sluggish and you're tired, you need something warm in your system to boost you. That is what I've gotten so far. So is it a particular the best way I could ask my last question would be I usually have a routine of drinking something warm in the morning so I could I don't know, it's just a habit, it's a cultural thing, like drinking tea in the morning. Is that a good thing? Because the tea is going to be warm, it's going to boost me, but it's also going to make me feel relaxed, but I would want to have some form of mental sharpness. So would you recommend drinking something cold in the morning or something warm? Back to you, Tenured number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf.
Okay. Well, it really depends on your condition because it's not like one rule for everyone. Okay. But in general, in the morning, people should not be doing cold drinks in general because like a lot of people don't have good spleen. So once you drink the cold, it's going to like shock the spleen and it's going to like build up a lot of issue. So most people these days, they don't have a good spleen. So it is not a good idea to do cold drinks. But if you're doing okay, it's fine. Not going to kill you. Okay, so yeah. when would it be a good time to like drink something cold? Is when you wake up and you feel like, okay, there's nothing wrong with me today, okay, but I want myself to kind of calm down a bit, and I want myself to regroup, right? Then you can do a cold drink. The cold drink slows down the hot fire, at the same time pull the chi inward, okay, like group into yourself. So it kind of tense up your chi system, and it's actually nice sometimes because it makes you like not like you see the word relax, right? Relax. It feels good, but at the same time make you sloppy. Okay? Like imagine you're going to war and then you're relaxed. You can't even aim your gun, like you're so relaxed. You feel like you're sleeping. Right? When you're relaxed, it's because the chi is gassing outward. Right? When the chi is gassing outward, you feel good, you feel relaxed because there's no tension. But when you want tension, like I need the tension because I need to be able to like focus, work, like that, then I need the chi to group back in. So a little bit of cold drink is fine. But you got to watch yourself. Like if you already have a weak stomach, weak spleen, then you have to avoid the cold drinks. Okay. But if you're fine, then it's okay. Okay. Looking at the time, it's already 2:03. We'll end it here. So see you guys on NetB or online. 73 to all. This is TY9YG is clear.
Unit number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf, clear.